Have you ever just stopped and wondered how the entire ocean of human knowledge, every single book, every scientific paper, every historical document, actually gets organized? It is a truly monumental task, and it's done by a network so good at its job it's practically invisible. Okay, let's get into it. Seriously, think about it for a second. When you look up a fact for a project, or you search a university database, or maybe you just check out a book from your local library, there is an entire infrastructure working in the background just to make that one simple thing possible. So who are the architects of this incredible system? Well, it's not magic, that's for sure. It's a massive, coordinated effort by international groups, national governments, and super specialized agencies. They are the invisible network that makes sure knowledge isn't just saved, but that it's actually accessible to you and me.
So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on this network. We'll start with the big global vision, then we'll zoom into how nations actually build their libraries. We'll meet the architects who design the systems, see how they're tackling our digital memory, and then finally, we'll see how it all fits together.
All right, so where does all of this begin? Well, it starts at the very top. It starts with organizations that think globally, the ones that set the standards and really push this fundamental idea that knowledge is a shared human right. And right at the heart of this global vision is UNESCO. It was founded way back in 1946 with this core mission of building peace through international cooperation. You can think of it as a laboratory of ideas or a global clearinghouse, helping countries share and use information way more effectively.
And this quote just nails their philosophy. The Public Library Manifesto isn't just some dry, old document. It is a powerful statement. It frames your humble public library as this living, breathing force for education, for culture, and for peace. It's an absolutely essential tool for creating informed citizens who can actually participate in a democracy.
But UNESCO's vision isn't just about what's happening now. It's also about a much, much bigger and maybe more urgent task, protecting the entire memory of humanity for all the generations to come. And the stuff they're saving under the Memory of the World program is just incredible. We're talking about everything from the Radziwill Chronicle, which traces the origins of European peoples, all the way to the ancient Indian texts of the Vedas, plus endangered films and archives from all over the planet. So, okay, that's the big global vision. But how does that idea actually turn into action on the ground? Let's take a look at a case study from India to see how a country organizes its own information ecosystem.
In India, you can kind of see two key players working side by side. On one hand, you've got the University Grants Commission, or UGC. They focus on the academic world, so funding university and college libraries. And on the other hand, you have the Raja Rammohun Roy Library Foundation, and they're the national agency that's all about supporting public libraries for everybody.
And the UGC's role goes even deeper than that. It sets up these national information centers at major universities, which basically become hubs for specialized knowledge. Things like a Center for Science Information in Bangalore and others for social sciences in Baroda and Bombay, all to make sure researchers have access to top-notch specific resources.
Okay, so we've got the global vision and we have national action, but how do all these different libraries and info centers actually talk to each other? Well, for that, you need the information architects, the people who design the blueprints that connect everything. And a huge player here is Unisys. Now, here's the crucial part. Unisys isn't a piece of software or some physical network you can plug into. It's a conceptual framework. It's a set of ideas and standards launched by UNESCO to help create a flexible international network where different information services can actually work together. So, what does this blueprint actually say? It's basically a four-part strategy. First, improve the tech, the tools, so all the systems can connect. Second, strengthen the actual institutions, the libraries and archives themselves. Third, train the people, the librarians and information specialists. And finally, get governments to develop official national information policies. It's a complete top-to-bottom approach. Of course, these days, information isn't just in physical books and archives. A huge and growing part of our heritage is born digital, which brings us to a whole new and really urgent preservation challenge.
This quote from UNESCO's charter just hits it right on the head. The key word here is ephemeral. Unlike a stone tablet or a printed book, digital files can just degrade or become completely unreadable in a matter of years if there isn't a constant, purposeful effort to maintain and manage them.
And when we say digital heritage, what are we even talking about? Well, it's not just articles and photos. It's the software you need to read them. It's the websites where they were published. It's the databases that hold them. It's literally the entire digital ecosystem of our time.
So, we've looked at the global visionaries, the national builders, the system architects, and the digital preservers. Now, let's put it all together and finally see this invisible network in its entirety. Okay, it really boils down to this pretty simple equation. You need that big picture global vision from organizations like UNESCO that inspires the practical national action from groups like India's UGC and RRRLF, and all of that is connected and future-proofed by the digital systems and frameworks like Unisys. Together, that's the network.
And that's the big takeaway here. That simple, everyday thing you do, finding information. It's the end result of decades of international agreements, national policies, and technical standards. You're literally tapping into a living, breathing, collaborative effort that spans the entire globe. It's pretty amazing.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future. You know, in a world just overflowing with data, all driven by AI, what new roles and what new organizations are going to pop up to keep doing this vital work?